Hey guys, Saru here, and today we're going to be opening up another box from Japan. This one's not as big as the last box, but I'm pretty sure it's full of goodies. Alright, and we are back, and we're going to go ahead and open up this box. See what's in it. Most of this stuff came from Yahoo Auctions, Japan. I want to be very careful with it. The box on this one says Kowaremono, which means fragile or breakables. And to be honest, I don't even remember what I ordered because I consolidated this package. That's all kind of beat up. And when you consolidate a package, basically you can ship it. You can get all your stuff together and ship it at the same time, so your shipping is cheaper. All right, what do we have here? Stuff in Japanese newspapers. Alright, so the first item here, some Neo Geo CD, some brand new Neo Geo CD games. This one is Garo Densetsu 3, The Road to the Final Victory. The Garo Densetsu series, otherwise known as Fatal Fury. This is Fatal Fury 3 for the Neo Geo CD. I love the Neo Geo CD. My Neo Geo CD games are back here. I don't have a whole lot, but I'd like to someday get a full Japanese set of Neo Geo CD games. Alright, what else do we have here? More Neo Geo CD. I believe this came from the same buyer. This one's also new. I'm going to be opening it. When I get new games, I open them. I don't leave them sealed. Games are meant to be played. So I'm definitely going to be opening up this one. This one is Samurai Spiritsu something Den. Way of the Bushido, I believe, is what this one was called. For the Neo Geo CD, the Samurai Shodown RPG, never came out here. I did play the Saturn one, which I believe is supposed to have like other stuff that this one doesn't have, I think. Or I think it's the other way around, and this one has like Kyo and Iori in it from the King of Fighters series back in like this samurai era, which is pretty cool. Looks like that's it for the Neo Geo stuff. Looks like we got a couple Dreamcast games in here. I'm surprised these games didn't crack. This one is Puyo Puyo Da for the Sega Dreamcast. This one's in really nice shape. It's got its obi. It almost looks new. I don't think it's new, but it almost looks new. These two were new. They're still in their shrink wrap. So Puyo Puyo Da is a music game based on Compile's Puyo Puyo series. This one says featuring the Elena system. Elena had her own game. She's a character that's in this. A Compile game for the Famicom Disk System. It was some sort of rhythm game, very early rhythm game. This game is kind of terrible, if I remember correctly, on the Dreamcast. It's a rhythm game that doesn't feel like it has a whole lot of rhythm, but if you're a Puyo Puyo fan, and I'm a Puyo Puyo fan, you would like owning this game just to see all the Puyo Puyo characters doing silly things. And a lot of music in here by Katsumi Tanaka, who's a composer at Compile who was really good, and I love his stuff. So there's that. Alrighty, more SNK stuff. This is for the Dreamcast. Cool Cool Tune for the Sega Dreamcast. Cool Cool Tune was actually a really unique rhythm game for the Dreamcast, where you used the analog stick on the controller to navigate in a succession of patterns. And it's really cool, and I actually think I should do a video on this one, just because I think the gameplay is so unique. And later on, you saw some references to Cool Cool Tune on games like Neo Geo Battle Coliseum. One of the stages was Cool Cool Tune, and it was pretty cool, I thought, that they included it. Also, the Rhythm of Fighters, which was a mobile rhythm game on iOS and Android, featured the song Yellow Dog, which is one of the tracks that came from this game. And I actually like Yellow Dog. It's a really cool song. Alright. Next game here is Asuka 120% Limited Burning Fest Limited. Asuka 120% Limited. I'm a big fan of the Asuka series, originally by Family Soft. This one was released by Kodansha, or Ask Kodansha. But it's originally Filling Cafe and Family Soft who put this game together. The original version of Burning Fest 120% came out for the PC-98, I believe, and then for the FM Towns that same year, sometime later that year, back in 1993, I want to say. I don't remember. I didn't research any of this stuff beforehand. I was a big fan of the PC Engine version of this game. This is a Sega Saturn version of this game, which is basically Final for the PC Engine. Asuka 120% Final has a very similar look to this one, where the sprites are really big. Super fast combo system. This is a really fun game. It's not super deep, but it's a lot of fun, and I enjoy it. And I'll probably do a video on that game later. Some Japanese newspapers. She's like, "Oh, you save money." I don't even know what that ad was. Oh, more Sega Saturn. Some bubble wrap. Magic Knight Rayearth for the Sega Saturn. This game, I had the US version of this game, which apparently is like super rare now. This is the Japanese version of Magic Knight Rayearth. There's not a whole lot of differences other than like the intro logo, which they weren't allowed to use in the American one because of some sort of like copyright thing. I guess like Eiga, the company that makes like the logos, didn't let them use the similar logo in the US one, so they had to change it completely. There are subtle differences in this one to the American one. I believe there's more dialogue in the US one than there is in this one, but this one has a lot more animation than the US one. In particular, the dialogue boxes for Magic Knight Rayearth on the Sega Saturn, there's a lot more animation happening every time that the characters change from like expression or dialogue that isn't present in the US version. And I believe that's because in the US version of Magic Knight Rayearth, they suffered some sort of like data crash, and it caused them to lose a lot, and they had to start a good portion of the game from scratch. And apparently some of that stuff was lost. And in order to keep it like compressed a certain size, they did away with some things like animation that was only present in this version of the game. Interesting. This is like, I guess, like the limited version of the game. It comes with double premium memory card index and a Rayearth fan book, which is this, which I guess is what is this? Yeah, so it's like just facts about Rayearth and the seiyus talking about, you know, what their favorite parts of the game were. And now the index cards, hopefully this came with them. It says that it comes with 2 index cards, but I don't see them. It makes me sigh. Oh, here they are. Nope. Alright, so power memory stickers. The Sega Saturn had these cartridges, the RAM cartridges that save data were called power memory. And so these are the index cards that you would put, or I'm sorry, the stickers that you would put on the power memory cartridges. And some people like on YouTube, I guess, like found cartridges with this label on it, and they're like, oh, it's a special version for Magic Knight. It's not really. It's just a sticker that they just adhered to, like the backup memory. There's no special Magic Knight Rayearth cart. But this is a sticker that goes on it, which is kind of cool. And now I've made a big ass mess of all this stuff here. I don't know where to put you. Alright, was that it for Saturn? That was it for Saturn. Oh, I had more Dreamcast in here. Alright. 2 more Dreamcast games. Marvel vs. Capcom. This one's a classic. This is just the Japanese version of the versus Capcom fighter that everybody is familiar with. In my opinion, this was like the last of the versus games that retained that sense of feel that started with X-Men versus Street Fighter, where all the characters had their own backgrounds. A lot of the characters had their own BGMs, things like that. In this game, all the characters had their own BGM musics. It has a more of a personal touch than, say, Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and on, where there was just a bunch of random music. Nobody had like their own theme songs because they were more concerned about adding 80 billion characters versus making the game aesthetically look good. But I guess the gameplay is supposed to make up for it. I don't know. I didn't really care for Marvel vs. Capcom 2, 3, or any of the other ones. Because aesthetically, I think this game was the last of the really cool versus games that Capcom made, where the characters had all their like personal touches. Like Mega Man stage had like Dr. Wily's castle in it with Dr. Wily, and like Mega Man music. Strider Hiryu had his own music. It was just really cool. And Capcom doesn't do like those like little details anymore, I don't think, like they did back during this time. Alright, I'll shut up about that. More Capcom goodness. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike on the Dreamcast, to me, is like the quintessential version of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. This one is my favorite version. I had the US version. We played this one for hours. Love this game. One of my favorite Street Fighter games of all time. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. Amazing game. We're getting down to the last few games. This is, what are you? Oh, god damn it. Alright. Cool. The King of Fighters R1 Japanese version for the Neo Geo Pocket. I absolutely love how Japanese Neo Geo Pocket games come in. They come in these like clamshells that are super neat. You open them up. Presentation is awesome. In the US, for whatever reason, they came in these like cardboard things. Like here's a US box, Neo Geo Pocket color box, and this is just cardboard. It isn't the beautiful clamshells that these come in, kind of like mini AES cases with their like clamshells. It's so nice. It's so nice, nicely presented, so pretty, and it's got super the super deformed artwork on this is so cool. Like I love it. It's so great. I had King of Fighters R2 somewhere. I don't know where that went, but I never had R1, so I got it. And it's cool. Alright. Jesus Christ, man. More Neo Geo Pockets. Neo Geo Pocket Color this time. This one is, you know what? I'm going to take it out of this thing because I want to see the inside of it. Smells like Japan. It just has this like really like oceany smell. I love stuff. I love opening stuff from Japan. It smells like the ocean, or like the smell of calcium. I don't know how to describe it. Puyo Puyo Tsu, which is a play on words actually, because it's Puyo Puyo 2. In Japanese, you say 2 by saying tsu, like English tsu, like the number 2 tsu. But the play on words is that it's expert. I don't know why Puyo Puyo 2 was called Puyo Puyo Tsu with the kanji for expert, but that's how it was. Just like Puyo Puyo Sun, the Japanese word for 3 is san. So you write sun, like the sun, sun, and that's why it was Puyo Puyo Sun. Well, it doesn't matter. Another cool, really cute clamshell case. I love it. I've never had this game either, and I'm like, oh, it didn't come with a manual. Oh man, what a bummer. Look at that. That makes me sad. But that's okay, whatever, I don't care. Case is cool. Maybe someday I'll get a manual down the line, or get a different version. I'll just re-gift this one, maybe, who knows. But I have it, and it's so cool. I love Puyo Puyo. If it wasn't obvious from my previous pickups video, I think there were... Was there any Puyo Puyo games in that? I think there was a Puyo Puyo something or another. Or Katsumi Tanaka album. But yeah. Puyo Puyo 2, Neo Geo Pocket Color. Super cool. Very cute. Very cute. Bubble wrap, bubble wrap, bubble wrap. More bubble wrap. This is the last package. This isn't even a game. This is actually the Gaokaiser hybrid vocal collection. I don't know what that means, but it's the vocal songs for the background musics in Voltage Fighter Gaokaiser, which in Japanese is Superhuman Academy Gaokaiser. If you have the Neo Geo version or the PC or the PlayStation version of the game, you've heard a lot of these vocal tracks already, as they're the backtracks for a lot of the fighters. That's basically just those songs. I uploaded on the channel actually a Gaokaiser's theme song. The main character, his name is Gaokaiser. I uploaded his theme song, which is the first one here, the first track on the CD. Oddly enough, there's an Asuka Burning Fest ad for one of the soundtracks, I guess, for the it says Image album. I'm not sure what that is, but interesting. Little Asuka 120% Burning Fest thing. And yeah, so this is the last of the goodies that came from Japan, and hopefully you guys weren't too bored. And yeah, that's it. We're gonna go ahead and probably I'm gonna keep doing these Japan Stuffs videos as I get them in. I think it's fun to share. A lot of people are like, unboxing videos are dumb, but I mean, they can be fun. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye bye.